Hey Freedom Life, how you doing? My name is Aaron Holt from Lead the Generation, and I'm so excited about what God is doing at your church through the ministry of my good friends, Pastor Tony and Alicia Cruz. You know, earlier this year I released a book called 23, Why the Psalm for Dying is a Guide for Living. And me, probably much like you, I've always loved Psalm 23. It's probably one of the most universally recognized passages of scripture out there. Everyone kind of knows all of it, or at least knows parts of it. But I have a theory about Psalm 23 that I wrote about in the book. And that theory is that every verse in Psalm 23, there's 6 verses, about 116 words, depending on what translation you're reading it from. My theory is that every verse relates back to a specific moment or experience in the life of David, the original author of Psalm 23. And so earlier this year, we released the book, and God's just been doing some really cool things with it. I've heard different stories from different people. One lady who read this book out loud, chapter by chapter, to her father, who was struggling with his health and was on his deathbed for a period of time until God did some miracles for him. Students that are using this to do Bible studies in their school, adults that are using this to do devotions with their teenage son or daughter. I'm thrilled that God's using this book in such incredible ways. And I'm also thrilled to announce that God's going to use this book right there at Freedom Life in your life groups that are going to be starting in just a couple weeks. And so if you haven't signed up for a life group yet, man, I'm thrilled and honored that I get to be a part of it through the book. But more for you as a pastor for many years now, I'm thrilled that you have the opportunity to sit in a circle, look eye to eye, build some incredible relationships with other men and women in your church, care for one another, share with one another, pray with one another. Life groups truly are a life-changing experience. And so if you haven't signed up for a life group yet, I just encourage you to go ahead and do that. Get yourself a copy of the book. In the next couple weeks, Life Group's going to be kicking off on October 1st. And then I'm excited that I'm going to be able to be with you as your guest speaker for the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, October the 6th and 7th. And I'm just looking for God to do some incredible things that weekend. We'll get to share a little bit from Psalm 23 and some other wonderful passages of scripture that weekend. But just encourage you, right? Pick up a copy of the book, sign up for a life group, and then make sure you're in church on the weekend of the 6th and 7th. It's going to be an incredible weekend. Can't wait to see you face to face and shake your hand, and just can't wait to hear the stories of how God's using your life groups in this book to bring life change to you. So God bless you, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.